WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. I'm not really sure about this one either. We have from the Isle of Jura, the name of the distillery is Jura, single malt Scotch whiskey, the Paps, aged 19 years. Deep mahogany gold with a complex finish. Now, I really have to laugh about the color here because in the back of the bottle it says mit Zuckercouleur, and that means with artificial coloring. And so most of that color is probably going to be from E150A. So then talking about the deep mahogany color. Now, this is 19 years of age. This bottling itself was from 2019, so it means it was probably distilled last century. And it received a PX sherry finish. And those PX casks had held Pedro Ximénez sherry for over 40 years before they were sent to Scotland to be used here as finishing casks. Now, Dalmore calls those casks Methuselah casks because they're so old. Oh yeah, by the way, this distillery belongs to White & Mackay. So I talked about Dalmore. That's one of the tightest fitting corks here I've had for a long time. And they own Tamnavulin and they own Fettercan. So White & Mackay is not usually on the list of the distilleries we geeks, fans, connoisseurs love to drink. We love to hate them sometimes, and Jura is basically one of the places that we love to hate the most. So I think we hate Dalmore more than we hate Jura, but that's just something else. All right, 45.6% ABV. Nowhere do we have the word natural color because it has artificial coloring added. Nowhere do we have the words non-chilled filtered. So that's very, very seldom. My Fettercan is non-chilled filtered, some of the new stuff out, but this is not. This was actually and officially a travel retail exclusive. Now, what I find so funny is how many different shops, especially in Germany, have travel retail exclusives. There must be a certain system of putting them in travel retail and then taking them out and putting into the German shops as well. I don't know. All right, so I'll never understand the supply chain of the gray market. Now, what I have here is I have Jura, and I have here a travel retail exclusive, 1 liter. This is the Collection 01, and it's Barbados rum cask finished. And now it's 40%, I know. This is 45.6. This is what the new bottles look like. That's what the Paps 19 is still part of their collection. If you go to the website, you can still find it online. You can even find, I think I mentioned this once before in another bottle. If you go to jura.com, is it jurawhisky.com? And you go to all the whiskeys, you'll actually see there in their rare and limited releases, you have a Jura very rare vintage 1975. And one of just 21 bottles to be released in 2020. This is an extremely rare and truly exceptional spirit. If you're going to just put out 21 bottles, why would you create a website for it? Come on. I mean, that's going to be 5 figures, I'm sure. No, 46.2%. No. So what we have here is this whiskey bearing the name that has been crafted to be as striking as the Paps. The Paps are the 2 mountains on the Isle of Jura. If you've ever been to Bunnahabhain, Atnaho, Coile, and you look over the Sound of Jura over to the island, you have these 2 beautiful, often snow-capped mountains there, or cloud-capped or fog-capped, just magnificent, majestic, beautiful landscape there. And Jura 19-year-old single malt whiskey is initially matured in American white oak, ex-bourbon barrels before being finished and casted. Have previously held an astonishing 40-year-old Pedro Ximénez sherry. the thing I like to remind myself and others is, first of all, how long was it finished? An hour, a day, a month, a year? We don't know. And second of all, how many times have these 40-year-old Pedro Ximénez sherry casks seen whiskey before? So it's not a first fill sherry. It's not even a second fill or a third fill. It might even be a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. All right, they might have used these casks many, many, many times. And I'm absolutely confident that's what happens with Dalmore. And if it's happening at Dalmore with their old Methuselah sherry casks, what prevents the same company from doing the same thing on that island of Jura? Now, I was there at the island. I was at the Distillery 2022, right at the end of the COVID pandemic. I came home from Scotland with COVID. The people at the Distillery were home due to COVID. I might have gotten it there, who knows? But that's my recollection of that distillery. We had a little tasting. I couldn't taste because I was driving on that day, but there was a tiny little private, in the gift shop, a private tasting of their single casks that can only be bought at the gift shop. Those were excellent. So I know some of the people in our group bought bottles, and they were just fantastic. But here, it's a whole different story. All right, so let's smell this. I get a lot of like a basement type of moldiness. I am not at all amused by this whiskey. There's sour old grape juice. I've heard many, many people say, Jason, if you're going to do a Jura, make sure you have the Paps, the 19-year-old. That's the best. I'm not sure if that's the best. I do not like this nose. This nose does not like me. There's something funky going on here that just does not agree. Wow, I'm rhyming. I don't do that normally. All right, the rum, I like. I put this in a blind tasting with a couple of other YouTube colleagues of mine. He really liked it. The other guy was like, well, it's average. It's barely above average, but it's a little bit above average. It's nothing to write home about. It's not a wow whiskey, but it is for the value for money. I like this because that's one of the few rum cask products that I actually like. They did it right here. For some reason, they got it right. All right, let's try this. Cheers. This is not to my liking. First of all, my tongue, there's like needles on my tongue. Usually indication for sulfur. Got a little bit of heartburn. Got a little bit like a basement moldy dampness. This is not wow. All right, I'm just going to read this real quick, all right? All right, I'm going to read here. So, what do we have here? So, I've been held in astonishing 40 years. Pedro Ximénez cask, rich, sweet, and spicy. This whiskey delivers flavors of ginger cake, vanilla, spiced pear, balsamic glaze before a long, nutty finish. Yeah. There is a spiciness. There is a little bit of a sherry moment going on in here. But there's a lot of just rebellion on my taste buds against this whiskey. They're like, no, don't do that again. Please, no. This is a C- for me. C- D+. Value for money, 80 euros for a Jura. It's 19 years of age, but still, no. It's a D. I'm just going to add a tad bit of water. I did not do this in my German video. I always do the German video before I do the English video. I almost always do it. So you get the better videos because I know what to expect and I've actually done all my research and I don't actually need to think of stuff and research stuff and confirm suspicions. Here, I get to just say it the way it is. Wow, that really, my tongue just does not like that. Sorry, I'm out. We disagree. It's like bad grapes. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. All right, so a D plus for a taste and a D for value for money. Established 1810. We'll have to see what Jura does about their CO2 neutrality by 2030. When I was there were big problems trying to figure out how to do that. They are going to install this or next year a biogas setup there that might help a little bit, but that won't reach CO2 neutrality. This is so much better. With the rum finish, this is a C plus whiskey. I really like the rum here. Well integrated, it actually elevates the whiskey here. It is 40%. They both of all have coloring, artificial coloring. Both are non-chilled filtered. Both are travel retail exclusives officially. But if I were to bring back a Jura, I like the bottle. I like the marketing here. I was actually a marketing victim myself of this here. I really like that. It is no age statement. What can I say? The best-selling malt in the UK is Jura. It always blows my mind. I think number 2 is Glenfiddich, but Jura is still number 1. How can that be? Oh, well. So, what is your favorite Jura? Which one do you like the best? I like the French oak a lot. Which one did you like the least? At the moment, the Paps is for me one of the ones I'm just gonna avoid. I really, really don't like that for some reason. Yeah, which one do you like the best? Which one do you like the least? Write it down in the comments because we love to hate Jura. All the best, Whiskey Jason here. See you real soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.